Hi, welcome to Azariah's Fiber Arts. My name is Sarah, and I am the artist and designer behind Azariah's Fiber Arts. Hit the like or subscribe button anytime while you're watching. All right, let's get into it. Crochet cluster stitch. It is worked by putting multiple stitches together, but it's not a decrease, so you have to compensate on either side for that. Single crochet in the first stitch. We're going to chain 2, insert hook into next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, insert hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, insert hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, have 4 loops on the hook, yarn over and draw through all 4, chain 2, repeat. So that was 3, 1, 2, 3, yarn over, draw through all 4, chain 2, single crochet, we have 3 left in each of the 3 remaining stitches. You can see there's cluster stitches. Here's one, but it still lays flat. As flat as single crochets are going to lay. So that's the single crochet cluster stitch. Chain 1 and turn. Single crochet in the first 3. And remember, these don't cause decreases, so we had 10 to begin with. So we've done 3, here's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're going to have to do 2 singles in this one. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, into the chain space, 9, to the last single, 10. Now when you're working with cluster stitches from a pattern, you won't have to figure that out like we just did. That's just because we were making a swatch and guessing here. All right, you can also do cluster stitches with double crochets, which is more common. So chain 2, turn, double in the first single. I'm going to chain 2. I'm going to double crochet, cluster stitch the next 3 single crochets together. Yarn over, insert into the next single crochet, yarn over, pull up a loop. You have 3 on the hook. Yarn over, draw through 2. You have 2 remaining. Yarn over, insert hook into the next single crochet, yarn over, draw up a loop. You have 4 on the hook. Yarn over, draw through 2. You have 3 remaining. Yarn over, insert the hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, draw through all 4, chain 2. I'll do it again. Chain 2. Cluster stitches can be used in blankets, hats, just about anything you want. They're used a lot in doilies because they put things together and pull things close. I'll show you another way to do a cluster stitch. We're going to chain 2 and turn, work 10 double crochets back. Right, this next method does not work with single crochets, and you'll understand why here in just a second. But you can use it with doubles, trebles, all the way up. All right, chain 2, turn. Double in the next 2. This time we're not going to chain. All right, yarn over, insert hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2. Yarn over, insert hook into the same stitch. Sometimes a cluster stitch is all worked into the same stitch. So we're going to do that again. It's the same moves, except it's all into the same stitch. So we have 4 left on the hook, yarn over, draw through 4. And then I like to chain 1 to close it, just to finalize it. On your return row or round, you will be going into here, either this direction if it's a round, back this way if it's a row. I like to close it with the chain though. So this is called a 3 double crochet cluster stitch. Sometimes you'll see it written in a pattern as 4 or 5 or even 2, which is just kind of almost pointless to me. So let's go ahead and do a 2. So there's 1. And there's 2. That's it. Chain to close. All right, and this is a 3. Let's do a 4. Now these don't increase. They don't add any stitches. You're not having to compensate for them like we had to the other ones. However, as you get bigger, and you'll see as you make them, they can make some texture. Almost like a popcorn stitch, but not quite. And if you're not sure how many you've done, and you don't want to take the chance of losing any loops, so you don't want to put your hook down to count these guys, or you can't quite see it, just count how many loops you have on the hook. I have 5. Subtract 1, so that means 4. That means I've done 4 double crochets in this stitch, which is what I wanted. I'll go ahead and close that up. Now let's do a 5. Again, these are used in doilies. They can be used in blankets. Definitely swatch. Oops. Definitely swatch so that you know what your piece is going to look like. And I'll show you why here in just a second. So we're doing a 5. So I will need 6 loops on the hook. This is just not working for me. There we go. 4, 5, 1 more. All right, yarn over, draw through all 6. All right, we're just going to double crochet in these last few stitches here. Quite often you won't have a cluster stitch next to a cluster stitch. It'll at least alternate every other one, cluster, double, cluster, whatever the pattern is. But because we did them all next to each other, you can see we've got this fan thing going on. But you could also use that to your advantage. Okay, so this is just a double. This is a 2 double cluster stitch, 3 double crochet cluster stitch, 4 and 5. That's how you do the cluster stitch. If this tutorial was helpful for you, please hit the like button. Be sure and subscribe so you don't miss anything. Thank you for watching. If you have more questions, you're welcome to leave a comment below or email me, Sarah@azariasfiberarts.com. Happy making!